Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
TeNika Shenette, the plus-size doll. Do you like to shop online but hesitate because of the uncertainty about sizing and the quality of some items? Have you came across an outfit that you love to rock, but girl, you want to know more about the company and how their items run first? I get it. Check out TeNika Shenette, the plus-size doll on YouTube for the latest updates in plus-size fashion and styles. She does the reviews that you can use. Timing is of the essence, but she will reach out to any company if she's not already signed with them. And get that item or a similar item to try it on first and provide that honest review on sizing, quality, and shipping. She does it all and often can get a discount code exclusively for her subscribers. So subscribe now and shop with confidence, knowing if you would size up, size down, or true to size. She also reviews wigs, bundles, hair products. Like I said, she does it all. Measurements are in the description as well as the contact information for business inquiries or collabs. So subscribe today to be a part of the dollhouse where everything is big, bold, and beautiful. The link is in the description box down below.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day, my beginning will be
Along
as
the
bright
tower
as
of
the
the missing
sun.
in Savannah.
And when you come around, and it feels so good, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Where is Cody?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome. Come right on in. I see family in the building. I see the mods. They are in blue. I see Tina Power, Sandra Watts. Freddie Johnson is in here. I'm just looking for the mods right now. I see Kamala at a sister. That is a family member. And Lisa Taylor's up in here. She's on both channels. We're on Pecosha too. Holla. Because I see Lisa Calhoun, Amari, and Lisa Taylor is over here in Pecosha. And you guys, we had a rough weekend and a rough day. I mean, We were trying to find the California City boys and we're froze. For some reason, we're froze. You love that jingle? Ah, God. I don't know why we're froze. But anyway, it's just saying we're froze. I don't know. I don't know why we're froze. It just says we're froze. You see how sometimes things happen? I don't know. I don't even know if it's still. Let me see. It just says we're froze. You see how sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, we're froze. And so, therefore, you guys, I can see that we're froze, but you guys can still hear me. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. They asked me, did I want to do something else? And I pushed on it and it said, okay. But anyway, I don't know how to make it stop unfreezing. Isn't that something? That's crazy. That's crazy. It seemed like I should just start all over. This is what happens. I heard that they were out until tomorrow with the California City boys. Okay. Your browser has lost connection to your camera. Make sure you have the right camera selected and close any other applications that might be using it. You can click the camera button to try it again. Okay, let's click the camera button to try it again. All right, that's what it's telling me to do. Well, it doesn't. It's doing what it wants to do. Anyway, you guys see me on Petition, but you don't see me over here on YouTube. So it is bouncing around, but over here it's not. Here we go. We're coming back on. Sometimes I believe that here we go. Coming back on. Sometimes you deal with certain people and everything blows up. Hey, come holler at a sister. I see you over here. Anyway, I'm going to give you my commentary to let you know what we have found. And I guess we're just not even going to talk about it. I'm not just going to stay on here long because I have been in conversations with lots of people, more than one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 throughout the day. And we've been going over the information we have received. Now, I don't know if you guys know, I'm just going to tell you what we've received, and I might read some of the information. You can decipher it however you see fit. If you're in agreement with it or if you're not in agreement with it, that's on you. I'm not into debate or not into argue about it. She said, I'm glad I can switch over. Yes, you can. So just the people on YouTube usually be like Petition, you guys will not be able to see or whatever. Okay. So anyway, the first thing that we found out, we were going over the Shanquella case, and I was talking to a family member on the phone. At the time, we were just doing some research, and we really was just falling around. Come to find out, their attorney that they have, which her name is Shanquella Robinson, not to be mixed up. At one time, they said is kin to the Robinsons. I don't know. Things is kind of fishy going on. But I can say I did not know at the time and we stumbled on finding out that she is actually on a lot of TV shows, one named Love of Hip Hop. If you guys can hear me, put a 1 in the chat, because I don't know if you can hear me or not. This thing is doing all kind of stuff. It's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. I don't know. You can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Thank you. Thank you, Sanja. Thank you, Tina. Thank you. Thank you, Woke to God. Lisa. Thank you, Lisa Calhoun and Cole and Amari. Okay. So she's on like 4 different shows. So she's like this guru. She loves to be in front of the cameras. She's on Looking for Love. Actually, when she was supposed to be looking for justice for Shanquella, she was on some of these shows in January and in February, or maybe they were just showing them in January and February. I'm just saying this woman loves to be on TV. Now, me, myself, if you're looking for justice for my child, I'm going to kind of see what you're all about. And it's not a good look, because I hold Benjamin Crump, or what you want to say, Ben Crump, as a more of a prestige, more of a person that under higher standards. And I mean, you can do what you want to do. I'm just telling you guys, everybody's got a life outside of work. But okay, when you have a job like that, you just expect more. But she is looking for love. We do know that. She's looking for love. And that's Sue Ann Robinson is the attorney on the Shanquella case. I don't know if she's the attorney, because we all know that unless you have a sponsor or you have something, you can say a second chair or something, but you cannot practice out of your state unless someone pulls you in. And I don't know if somebody pulled her in, but I do know it's okay that her title is an attorney. So she analyzed things, and she can go get information, or she can go and do research, and she can do all kind of stuff. It tells me to restart your browser or computer if this continues. I'm good. It's okay. You guys don't need to see me no way. Anyway, so with that being said, make sure you have the right camera. I only got one camera, so I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let me punch it and see. Oh, you guys there? Are you guys there? Anywho's, I tried something and it probably worked for a minute. Who cares? Anyway, today is this channel's birthday. If you guys didn't know, say happy birthday to yourself, because this is this channel's birthday. I didn't even know it myself. So we found that out. And if you don't understand what I just said, is the attorney, Sue Ann, that's the speaker. I think she's just a spokesperson for the family. Say happy birthday, happy birthday. Yep. She said, oh, we don't want to talk to an avatar. Oh, Soldier Girl, it's okay. They let me come back on in. Don't worry. I'm right here. Okay. So anyway, let's get into this conversation. So, yeah, that was the first thing that we found out. Then we had a full, deep conversation between other mods and other family members. We called. I see things one way, they see things another way, and that's fine. I ain't mad. I can't change nobody's opinion or theory or something, because I tell you guys, think about it. If I'm raised this way and I do this type of work, and you raised that way and you do that type of work, we're going to see things different. That's what I like about it. I'm glad that you shared it with me, but it's not going to change my opinion. Just like I'm not going to change your opinion. So anyway, as far as the autopsy came back, and the federal FBI, the Attorney General and the FBI said that they're not going to prosecute right now. today. They're not going to charge anybody. So Shanquella's mother, Salamandra, whatever her name is, I'm not trying to get it wrong, or Salamor, whatever her name is. I can't probably pronounce it right. But anyway, she says she wants them to resume the body. That's what she probably do. But they're going to march May the 19th at Washington. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, you have a right to do that. She say it's their fault because they did not do anything swiftly. They were just pity-patting around. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, but you was serving Khalil and their friends cake and ice cream or something at the house. I don't know. You said they came to the house to bring your child's belonging. I'm not downing nobody. I'm just saying what she said. She said she was cooking Sunday dinner. Now it's not on a Sunday, but it was on a Monday. I don't know. We started looking at when did the video get hooked up on the internet or whatever, because they went out of town on a Friday. The beat down was on a Saturday. They were back on a plane Sunday, but she said she was cooking Sunday dinner. So did they get in late Sunday and go right directly over to Mama's house? I don't know. But now Mama is not saying that. Mama, I actually seen it and heard it for myself. She said, oh no, it was Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then they had got a phone call, but they don't know who they got a phone call from that said that they were fighting her. And I'm thinking to myself, if anybody told me that, and I'm just saying for myself, I don't know. People's like, you don't know how you would have felt. You don't know what you would have done. I'm just saying, I wouldn't want to talk to you. I would be really mad, even though my daughter or my child got hurt while they were with you. I'm just being honest, because you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a place she didn't have to go. She went, and now somebody's telling me something. I'm not going to be okay with you coming over to my house the next day and the next day. But she said that she had heard this and they still continue to come. But when the autopsy was supposed to have come back, that's when they didn't come back no more. I guess they were trying to figure out what Mama was going to say, whatever. We were taking all of the information that we were fed, and we're trying to apply it to now what we know. And it doesn't make sense. So some people was thinking, well, the mother saying, when they asked her, were you surprised? You know what she said? She said no. She wasn't surprised. And I'm like, I would have been surprised after seeing the video and knowing that they done jumped on my child. I'm surprised at what they're saying, that her neck wasn't broke. And I'm surprised they're saying her back was not broke. But that's what they're saying. They're saying her back and her neck is not broke. Now, people saying, well, how did they make that kind of mistake? I don't think they made a mistake. I think this is what the things that you guys don't think about. United States is totally different from Mexico. And I said this once and I'll say it again. When you're dealing with other people in other countries, like third world country that don't have, they work all day and they might earn $1. You sitting there complaining about $19, $20 an hour. So you call over there and you say, hey, my daughter, I'm trying to find my daughter and she passed away over there. And where's she at? And they was like, hold on, sir. Let me help you. So I'm going to need a little money so I can go to these places and try to find your daughter and locate her, and we'll try to get her back. But it does cost some money now. And what did you hear? You heard that she was in this fight or whatever. Okay. If you don't realize already that when you're dealing, and and I'm not being racist, when you're dealing with Mexican people, they'll tell you a flat-faced lie. You guys will see, I put it on everything. And just keep reeling you in. Now the daddy over there questioning the government, like, where did they get their degree? You should have been asking, where did Elizabeth got her degree? She did a partial autopsy, didn't even find. There's no way she could have looked at this girl's spine or back, but said that she had a broken back and a broken neck. And now the family is all in their feelings. But I guarantee you, I don't have to know that they threw some money down there to try to get the daughter back. And the more money they threw down there, they was going to tell them anything to keep that money coming in. So now, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to believe people in that other country. You got this doctor down there that said she was doing CPR on the girl. Okay, now stop the press, because you got to remember, because I had to tell somebody earlier today, well, if she was dead in 15 minutes, then that was not true. Everything that you read on the first autopsy, you can disregard that. Just throw it in the trash. It means nothing. It means nothing. Why? Because you can get them to write anything you want. And they will probably tell you anything you want to get some of those dineros. I'm just being honest with you. I don't have to go over there to see. You ask people that's been over there before, and they'll tell you they can get anything. Like right now, you thinking that you broke, you will be rich over there. You will be rich. You will be looking like kings and queens walking around. Better not walk around too much. Get your hat brought to you. Anyway. So the dad is wondering why the government is saying that she didn't have a broken back and a broken neck. That made the story sound so horrifying, horrific. We seen this video of this girl getting beat. Okay? We seen this girl getting beat. And then we hear she had a broken neck and a broken back. And then we even thought, or some of us thought, she was naked. So we were going over the autopsy and the findings. And there's two things that's in the autopsy that is mind-boggling. One was she did have a hematoma, but they said that there's no determination. It's undecisive to find out how did she die. Now, if you died because of a blood clot, a blood or tumor or something, they're going to say a blood clot. They're going to say that. Because that would show all this blood in it. Now, did she have a hematoma? Yes, she did. She got hit. Anytime that you have somebody hit you, you're going to have hematoma. Because that's what bruising is. It's not that you died from just because you hit me on the arm and now I got a bruise. It's still a hematoma. But it didn't cause her death, or they would have said so. But they also said that I guess this girl got up at one time and she returned to either her room, because we were in some kind of, disagreement. Was it return to the room or return to the room bathroom? It doesn't matter if she returned to another room. It does if she can be stable enough to walk. Even if she was stable enough to walk to the bathroom, we don't know what happened in the bathroom. So she could have fell out then or fell out at the time she got beat. But it's undeciphered on when she fell. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, but I'm just telling you the two ways to look at it. That could have not been her room as some people say, and she walked to her room, to the bathroom. That's not what I say, but that's what some people say. It is possible that she could have walked out of that room that she was beat down in into another room. Or what I believe, undecided. Okay. I decided that as they put a slash in there, which some people don't agree what a slash mean, or whatever, but slash means or slash means describing or getting a little bit more personal with it. Some people think it means a total opposite, is separated. When it is separate, but it's not separated a lot. You're still human, just like his slash her. Like they went to the he slash her, went to the park or whatever. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? It could be they was in the same room, which, like I believe, and it says, but they were describing, because that's what the slash means, that it starts describing a little bit more fuller in depth. But some people believe it means a whole total different room. So we can agree that the girl must have got up, but they did say the word return. And that's what makes it so strong for the other people that believe she went to a whole different room to believe that she returned to a different room. But what is more of a mind-boggling thing is what happened when she got in the room, or did she even get in the room? Evidently, the story must be the same across the board with all the people that the FBI investigated, or they got their story straight. They all got their story straight. This is what we're going to say. She got up and went to the room or her room or went into the bathroom, and we didn't see her for 4 hours. That's the kind of story they must have told, because that is what's in the report. And then the maid found her on the floor. Did she bump her head in there, or was it during the fight? The mama's mad because when they asked the mama, was you surprised? She said, no, I wasn't surprised. But just because we seen the video and we seen that fight, then they should have been arrested because of the fight. I even ran into a little part that I wanted to share with you guys that was more important to me than anything that I've said here. Now, they did say there was a deficiency into her oxygen. And, if you don't have oxygen to the brain, you die. Period, point blank. That's when your ABCs come into play. And if you don't do your ABCs, guess what? You're just a vegetable. Your heart could be still pumping or whatever. You could be, but your brain is gone. Once your brain is gone, you're mentally retarded, basically. My brother's brain fried when he was younger. He had a fever of 107 and it went higher. They got it down, but it took him some time. But it fried his brain. He stayed as that age that he was because the oxygen level was too low. Did he survive? Yes, he survived. So everybody takes these situations and then they look at them and then they put them into their personal understanding what medical situation she was in, because she was beat down. And now the family is fighting amongst each other. I can hear it in the father's statement. The father's like, he didn't even know where his daughter was buried at. But now she got a tombstone. He can go and visit her. It's sad to see that the family not only got all that money, but not keeping the father, whether he was a good father or bad father, still his child. And sometimes, and I'm just going to say this, and some people are going to get mad at me. And you know what? You can get mad all you want. I'm just being honest with you. Sometimes, no matter how much I cannot stand my kid's dad, when it comes down to their well-being, I talk to that joker. Because I know that he wants the best for our child. We cannot stand each other, but I talk to him and we come together and we'll make a decision of, who's going to do what. And we stand on that because it's the kids. I don't like him, but I don't tell him everything about where the kids going and all this other stuff. So the dad was like, I would have been telling her, I would have been looking, even though she's 25, I would have told her, who's your friends? I want to talk to them and I want to talk to their parents. 25 years of age? Come on now. 25. I'm not saying it can't happen. Some people do that, not getting all in the business, like he said. But some people, they keep a close eye on their kids. This is why sometimes, and I told this young lady this today. I'm just being honest with you. I said, some women, majority of the time, stay in a relationship with a man that is no good just because of the kids. They do. They do. Have I done it? Yep, I've done it. Knowing that joker ain't no good or whatever. But I try to stay as long as I can. Not for his money, but for the child. Because when the child, when we try to raise the children in this co-parenting, they get left out of so much that if something ever happened to them, we're mad at them. So right now, he's mad at the mama because he didn't know that his child was going to Mexico. Well, just like when my child get to age 18, I told my son, when my son was like 10, I told him, I said, look here, you old enough that when you want to call your dad, you can call your dad. And yeah, sometimes men does make it worse. And I've told one of my children's dad, if you ain't got nothing to good to produce and bring towards your child, just stay away. And you know what he did? He stayed away. But a couple of times when my money was like this, I had to call him because guess what? I didn't have no welfare. I didn't have no public assistance. I didn't have food stamps. We didn't get free lunch. And my money was cut off like that. My kids was going to school. I had to call him and say, I ain't got money for lunch. To this man that won't even talk to me because he would have made it because he's a street dude. You guys know. And you know what? He was like, well, I ain't giving you the money. I'll give it to the kid or I'll take it to the school or whatever. Just do whatever you do. Just take it to the school. But, I need a little help. He wasn't paying for both kids because both kids ain't his. He's going to pay for his kid so his kid can eat. You know what? I had to call the joker and ask him. Because guess what? At least that one can eat. The other one, I can give him something. You know what I'm saying? I call his daddy and ask him too. And they both give me something. Give me some money to put on their lunch thing. And I say, it'll get better. But right now, I just need a week or 2 weeks where they can eat. No, you will not call me. Here we go. This is SP.
Hey, SP, this is Miss Brown out of Bellflower. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
And the family and the mom. So I said, hello. Yeah, I was listening to you with Shanquella, but you heard the dad say, they didn't really know the people that she went on this trip with, except for one, Khalil. She was more familiar with him. But the dad said he didn't know these other people.
Exactly.
So, heck, I'm almost 60. And hey, my kids be questioning me where I'm at or who am I going. I went to dinner up in Hollywood. I took a picture of the person's license plate because she can never be too safe. I don't care how long that you don't know the person or think you know. They set that girl up. And I mean, the way she was kicked in her side, when she hit that floor the last time, it's no way that baby could have got up, got to her room, and anywhere. And I do believe her neck was broke in her spine. Because that her head down like that, how she bobbed like a little flop doll, that was cutting her oxygen if she had any left.
Well, they said that her neck and her spine was not broke.
Well, that's what they were saying. That one autopsy said yeah, and then this other woman, they're saying no. So will this family ever get true justice for the girl?
You know what? They will not, because here's the thing. You've got an autopsy saying her neck was broke, her spine was broke. Then you got the United States saying her neck was not broke, her back was not broke, and there's no determination of how she died. So if you go and resume her body and you get another autopsy, and the autopsy comes back, and you know what? If you want clarity, I would do it. Just so I know that did the Mexican people over there lie to me and tell me my child's neck and spine was broke. But what do you feel? You saying you believe that her neck and back wasn't broke? Or was it broke?
I believe it was.
Okay.
Because she never did move after then, but she got that.
No, that's what you see.
That's what I see. Right. That's true. That's what my eyes are seeing.
Well, the video didn't stop right there.
Right. True. I mean, it's kind of hard to even look at because it is so devastating that they finally got her marker down. I mean, I know that feeling too. You know, you got to search during the cemetery for where your child is. Is this them? That's a worrisome thing. I mean, I was so messed up with Eileen that, and they had moved her marker. And I couldn't find. I was driving on people's grave. I was crying. You know, you're hysterical unless you have been there and have lost a child. You're not at yourself. Like you say, he cry every day. And I believe it. I believe it. I believe I can't trace what relationship she had with her mother, but that daddy left his kid. He loved that girl.
Right.
And he suffered. I mean, if I had to turn you on today when I was listening to him again, I said, because this is not a good month for me coming up this month. My little girl passed, and I said to see him in that pain, you know, you can't do nothing about it, but pray for him and hope that he can find closure.
Right.
And someone held accountable for this young lady's death. Because she didn't deserve that.
Well,
she did not deserve that.
Well, I don't believe that the family, you know, with the people that they're dealing with down there in Mexico, is being truthful with them.
Exactly.
I don't believe that they, you know, when we seen the Mexican reporter, everything that came out of Mexico is like crazy when they saying what they're saying. And I, you know what though, I believe that when the FBI went down there, I believe their stuff is right. I believe that her neck is not broke, her spine is not broke. I believe it's not broke. I just don't believe it's broke. I don't believe the family did it on purpose. They were led by the information that was given to them. You know what I'm saying? And it just started going. It's like a snowball at the top of a hill. It get bigger and bigger, you know.
I mean, that man probably be looking about the age of 90 by the time he just turned 50. Worrying himself. He's breathing himself to death.
I mean, and the fight was contribute to her death. True enough. And they you know, they didn't ever find out did she have alcohol in her system. They did a non-ethanol test on her. They didn't even want to know if she had alcohol in her system. You know why? Because if she had alcohol in her system, it would be put on the villa would be liable. So they didn't even check to see if the girl had. See what I'm saying? They that's just what you get out of Mexico.
Yeah, because they're scared they're gonna be sued or wherever. But I mean, I would think you would have some sort of safety measures in place for your foreigners that are coming there. I said, I wouldn't enter the place I'm not familiar with, especially with not no people I'm assuming my friends. You would have to be a blood relative and I'm just have to trust you because some of them can be dirty. I said, you know, I'm going to tell them, my sister told me one thing, I got a $70,000 check. And she told me, yeah, I know relatives that are kids for $5,000. So I looked at her, I said, huh, so I would never let them know if I had for it. Because she's that type of person, hey, she want money, they're not killed for it. And I said, that's a bad part.
Right.
You can't give these people closure or the right information because you want to dig them for money here. Oh, money, everything. You come here, you have to rent a room. They ain't saying that. And he's greedy. He just want to get his daughter to see what happens. You know, he don't care what wants to get out of bank. And he's like, he didn't want this GoFundMe thing.
Right.
And you don't even know nothing about it. So that's the greedy part of the family or whoever is doing it.
Right.
I mean, it's just pitiful all the way around. This girl can't rest in peace, which I'm sure she's resting in peace. The ones here on the earth are the ones who suffer, especially the ones that care. They're the ones who trying to find out what happened to her.
Right.
You know, and I mean, it's only right. I mean, I wish we lived in a just world where we can get closure. Black women, white women, all guys, but we know our guys, hey, we get to feel into the stick all the time. You know, and I said it's sad. That situation like this. Sometimes I just have to turn it off. I said, okay.
Right.
I said, well, when you say the little talk a little bit about Shanquella again, I said, let me get in here. I said, if I be in here, but you don't say hi, and you don't say hi to me. I said, oh, well, I'll just keep on looking. No, but it's a pretty good show coming up there.
All righty.
I think the guy ate up my head, but that got to be, you know, they want to sleep.
All right. All right. Thank you. Hold on just a minute. Hey, Sugar Mama, thank you for the super chat. Here's your tickets for the Christmas in July that will be coming up. Here's all 4 tickets right here for Sugar Mama. Thank you very much. Okay, we have Freddie on the phone. What's going on, Freddie?
Okay. I can talk now?
Yes.
Okay. I was busy dancing with the super chat. How everybody doing? Hey, SP.
Hey, Freddie.
I was calling because the way this autopsy said about her, it's kind of in step with what his name said.
Nazir?
Yeah. You remember he said he talked to her. He helped her dress. And, you know, he was saying she was alive as far as he knew.
Yeah, that's what I was telling somebody earlier. I was like, take out the equation of what the person said on the autopsy before, that she would have died 15 minutes afterwards, because all of that was a lie. It had to be, because if her neck wasn't broken, her back wasn't broke, then she probably was alive, and he did talk to her and play music and whatever. Yeah.
And so she might have stumbled, fell, or did something or whatever.
Because we couldn't understand why this lady was talking about some CPR. That didn't make sense.
It did not.
Mm.
But that's the reason he came on to tell the truth. I was around when this happened, in so many words, when something did happen to her. But it wasn't on my watch. I talked to her, I helped her get dressed. So they helped her get dressed. Did an autopsy say something about alcohol, or maybe she was just tired or something from the whole night, you know.
But I want to share something with you that I want to look on here on this, because remember the mother, what's her, I don't know why I want to call her Salmonella. And I know that's not her name. Shandarala, whatever. Salmonella. But it says, listen, remember she said that she got a call from somebody. And they was like, who was it? And she was like, we don't know who it was. They told me that girl was over there. They were fighting that girl. And she said, but the video was shared already out. Well, remember, they came home Sunday. You know, they came home Sunday. Here, I got a paper, says right here. It says, on November the 16th, 2022. Now, when did she die? She died October the 29th. Right? But it says, on November the 16th, 2022, one of the travel mates shared the video from her cell phone camera around the campus of Winston-Salem University. So the video was not out on October the 30th. You remember the mama said somebody called her. She didn't know who it was. The video wasn't out. It said on what day was it shared? It says it right there on November the 16th. Was one of the travel mates shared the video from a cell phone camera around the campus of Winston.
Yeah, to me, for them to be sharing it like they were, they just were saying she got beaten, she got her butt whooped. She didn't say, they didn't say anything like, hey, you know, she dead, you know, because I wondered why somebody had spoken up to say, hey, she died right then, you know, or whatever. And I just went, and like I said, he got on there. And the reason he got on, because he had said too much, but he told the truth. I was there, I talked to her, I had the dress, I laid down, we talking, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so how could you be doing all this and the person is dead? You know, that's what we're thinking. But she wasn't.
It doesn't even make sense. And then they classify the death. They say right here, they ruled her death was a broken neck.
That's in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but in America, they said she didn't die from that.
No.
Nah, that's why she could get up and go. I'm going to see you, SV.
All right.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and go, but you know, like I said, I just thought about what he was saying, and what he was saying was true. He did conversate with her.
It's just doing what it wants to do. It's just doing what it wants to do. So anyway, the sun rays, I can deduce that it is between 7 and 8:30, since the bedroom 1 and 3 are waterfront, and it is easy to deduce the morning schedule since the sunrise on the sun side and illuminating those rooms. That is the room number 3, because that is the only one that has the hammock outside of it, and the hammock can be seen in the video. Also, after 10 a.m., the sunrise began to reflect towards the floor of the bedroom. Since there are some pergolas on the outside of the room, I can also say that in the villa, both at sunrise and sunset are very annoying. For that reason, the owner decided to place wood on the windows to prevent the sun rays from entering. I know this because I am the administrator of the villa, and on many occasions I have been in the rooms at the time of the morning. Finally, I wish to state that the villa was reserved from October the 28th to October the 31st, 2022. That is all I wish to state. I'm just going over some of this real quick. Like I said, we were just stating that this is my statement given to the investigator again. I provided assistance, any service that is needed for approximately 3.5 years. On October the 28th, I had been informed by the arrival of some guests to the Villa Casa. The day before, I was sent the work schedule of the villa that we are to take care of the concierge. So I knew that the guests of the Casa Linda would arrive around 3 p.m. on October 28th. The main client was Dejanay Jackson with phone number, who contacted me around noon by text message to report that their flight had been delayed due to the weather and that she would be telling me her new arrival time, confirming me that it would be at 17:15, which is 5:15. 5:19. Then she asked me if, after arriving and taking the transportation, she could stop to do some shopping, to which I responded that there is no problem. Then she told me that she would be letting me know the time they were going to arrive. She texted me when they left the shopping center. She arrived at the Casa around 20, which is 8 o'clock. I had arrived at the villa about 15 minutes before, and upon entering, I see a person of slim build, African-American, 175, tall, about 25, 30 years old, to whom I introduced myself. Since he asked me who I was, I told him that I'm the concierge and that I would be supporting his vacation and everything that he needed. Also at the villa was the sheriff and the waitress, who are employees of the company. Moments before, when I saw the guests, I was surprised since I wasn't aware that there were guests already at the villa, to which the chef told me. Anyway, Nate said, is this a novel or is this true? This is true, Nate, that two people, a couple, had already arrived a few hours before. However, I only saw the male guests described above. I prepared my registration sheets, the information I have to provide to the client, guacamole, tortilla chips, margaritas, and I waited for the main client, who arrived almost immediately. They got off with their groceries, bottles of alcohol, and tequila, put down their suitcases, and started taking pictures of the villa. They looked excited. In total of 5 people arrived, 3 women and 2 of them African American and 1 between African American and mixed Latino of them. They looked excited. In total, 5 people arrived. 5 people arrived. So there had to be more people because 5 people arrived. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 is already there. That makes 7. And that's not including Nazir. 2 See, that's what we don't know. Did someone you know? No, it's not someone I knew. They're saying 5 people arrived, 2 people already there. That takes 7. Nazir is not there. We were talking about the Shanquella Robinson case. It's a young lady that went to Mexico with allegedly supposed to be friends, and somehow she got in a fight with one of the guests, with 6 other people showing up to vacate or have vacation, and she died. And so they come back home and left her stuff over there, but they say she died of alcohol. Well, they got 2 autopsies. One autopsy is from Mexico saying that she died of a broken spine and a broken neck. The other autopsy comes from the United States, says she does not have a broken spine or broken neck. And now the mother wants to zoom the body up and have it redone again to see what's going on. But I think what's going to happen, even if she do, I think she's just mad and just talking about it, but I don't think she's going to do it because, I mean, hey, even if she did do it, you won't be able to prove anything in court with all these stories. So they it's good that they ain't charged with nothing yet. That's a good thing. But yeah, Zan, what's going on?
Hey, SB.
Hey, what's going on with you?
Well, I was just listening to what you said. It seems like there's an extra male that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Because the only 2 males that we knew about were Khalil and the other guy.
Malik, or what's his name?
Right, Khalil and Malik.
Yeah.
Then who was the guy that was already at the villa with Shanquella?
Yeah. And you see, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking her boyfriend or her godchild's daddy, which I say is her boyfriend, that has not said anything, has not came out. Nobody even mentions his name. I think he was there.
Yeah, because that's not, the math is not mathing. There's an extra person there.
Yeah. Khalil Cook, Malik Dyer, Winter Donovan, Shanquella Robinson, Elise Hyatt, Dejanay Jackson, and Nazir Wiggins.
And that makes 7, right?
Khalil Cook, Malik, Winter, Shanquella, Elise, Dejanay, and Nazir. That makes 7. But
right.
That makes 7. But remember, Nazir wasn't there.
Right. So who was the guy that was already at the villa if 5 people arrived and there was a guy already at the villa with Shanquella?
It could have been somebody she met. Someone's asking, so is all of them suspects? Well, none of them's a suspect.
Right.
There's a video that's out that everybody's done seen where this girl, the birthday girl, that's the reason why they went over there, was beating on the girl that died. And she beat her bad. The girl didn't even fight. Her name is Shanquella. If you look it up, you can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Facebook. Her name is Shanquella Robinson story. This is a true story. And we're just going over some of the information. And all of them suspect. The FBI done talked to them, but nobody's arrested. They said that the girl did not have a broken back. She did not have a broken neck. And the autopsy from the Mexicans over there in Mexico is not so they cannot pursue anything because her death is undecisive, how she died.
Right. I also heard you say, I think I heard you say that the father said he didn't know where she was buried at.
Yeah, he just didn't know.
How did he not know when he was there at the interment? He was there at the graveyard. Like, they literally marched in with her casket on the horseback, on the back of the horsemen.
Right. I don't know.
And was at the cemetery, and he was with the rest of the family. So how he didn't know where she was buried?
He didn't know where. That's what he said. He didn't know where she was buried. He said that. He said now he didn't even know. He said I didn't know she was even over here. And it's like they got $500,000 and wouldn't even tell this man where his daughter was buried at.
But he was there.
He was there where?
At the interment.
Huh?
Remember, like, they all marched in with the body. The body was on the back of a horse-drawn carriage, and everybody walked into the cemetery together. And
that don't mean she was it. That doesn't mean she was there in that casket at that time. They do that all the time. You know that. I've had it. When we had my mother's funeral, my mother wasn't there, but we had the funeral.
Oh, okay.
But what you're saying is he was there when they went to where the gravesite was?
Yeah, he was there at the interment.
I don't know. You seen him there?
I mean, I just seen the videos of the whole family was there.
But did you see him?
I'm pretty sure I saw him.
You pretty sure?
I mean, I wasn't trying to just look specifically for him.
He said he didn't even know his daughter was over here.
I don't know, maybe just all the emotion. You know, it was an emotional day.
Here's a little piece I want to just share with you because it says here the main guest stayed in the master bedroom, which is located at the end of the living room. There are 2 rooms, and at the end of the kitchen is a TV or entertainment room. So that's the main guest stayed in the master bedroom, which is located at the end of the living room. There are 2 rooms, and at the end of the kitchen is a TV or entertainment room. Then an access with an open area which connects 3 more rooms. The first room on the left is waterfront, and the other room on the right is also waterfront. And the third room, which is a double, not waterfront, being this at the end of the garage.
Okay.
I went to the room of the main client, Miss Jackson, to mention to her that dinner was ready since 20 hours. So Miss Jackson had the main room.
Okay, so Sugar Bear 404 says that she said they didn't see him at the gravesite.
Huh?
Sugar Bear 404.
Sugar Bear 404?
She says that I thought they said they didn't see him at the gravesite, so maybe he wasn't there.
Now I'm just telling you what he said. He said he was almost in tears. He was like, I didn't even know my baby was over here. That's what he said. And I thought to myself, why would the mama would not tell the father where his child is at?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't the only one suffering from this child passing. This man break down and crying. You know he blaming himself because he wasn't there for his child.
Right. And it does definitely seem like there's a lot of animosity going on with the family right now.
And I'm gonna say this, and I'm not throwing nothing bad at the mama, but I think she, I just think, like both of them don't understand English as well. I mean, they may think they do, but as you listen to them speak or whatever, they just don't understand English well, and maybe they just got it all mixed up.
I'm not sure, but I didn't understand. I mean, I understand that you're upset that they chose not to press charges, but I didn't understand what you were hoping to get resolved by marching day. What resolution were you?
What's going to happen? Well, because I think they don't believe what the United States has came out and investigated, and what they're saying. She don't have a broken back and she don't have a broken neck.
All they have to do is read the autopsy.
The father said, you know what the father said?
What justice is going to look like to them now?
You know what the father said?
Mm-mm.
When they came out with the autopsy, finding of the autopsy, and said she don't have a broken back and a broken neck, the father said, I want to know who examined her and what kind of degree do they got, because Elizabeth, she do this for a living. And I thought to myself, did he just say that the United States people don't know what they doing, but the Mexicans do? The Mexico autopsy is more realistic than the government, because which state is more corrupt? Is it the United States? I'm not saying United States ain't corrupt in some kind of shape, form, and fashion sometimes. I'm not, but what benefit would they get to go and lie to you? They get nothing.
I think that right now they're grieving, and they're just in a lot of pain. They just lost their child. They're in shock still, and they're just trying to find some answers. So it's very hard to, when you told one thing and then you told something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would be a lot.
Yeah. So nothing made sense when the doctor said she did an IV. We like, how you do an IV? She had a broken neck and a broken back. Something had to be off of what you said, because you can't be putting an IV, doing CPR, or somebody get hit that hard, have a broken neck and broken back. You doing CPR and all this stuff. None of that makes sense. But it does make sense that if she did not have a broken neck and a broken back, yeah, you would done some CPR and you would have tried to start an IV, and she probably was dehydrated. That does make sense. That does make sense.
Yeah.
But I know why they didn't check to see if she had any alcohol in her system, because they didn't want the villa to be liable.
True. But I mean, they're grown people, so the villa can't really stop you from drinking.
True, and they done already said they got out with their groceries with tequila and and all this other stuff. See, that's what people always watching what you're doing. People always watching what you're doing. Wow. So he says, I went to the room of the main client, Miss Jackson, to mention to her that dinner was already ready at 20 hours and that if they needed to extend it, that it would be charged an extra hour, which she said she did not agree. So she sent everyone to dinner since everyone was sitting in her room. Minutes later, they all sat at the table and began to drink a lot. See, they put in parentheses and on the drink. They were drinking a lot, That is when I met Miss Shanquella, who was the last one to approach the table to celebrate. Noticing in her a strange attitude. She seemed not to fit in with the others. When I introduced myself, she did not greet me or smile. She was indifferent, nothing to do with the atmosphere or celebration. She was out of place at that party. I made sure that they were seated, having dinner, sharing and celebrating, and that they had the information for the internet, the audio, and the operation of the house. Once everybody was ready, I left all the clients. The chef with the phone number and the waitress and their phone number stayed in the place. The next day at 13:50, which is 1:50, almost 2 o'clock, I received a text message from the main guest, Miss Jackson, asking me if I am available and which was the nearest medical service. I greeted her and asked her how I could support her and if she was looking for a hospital. She answered yes. I think my friend has alcohol poison and needs emergency service and someone to speak or translate in Spanish for us. I offered to send her a doctor so he could determine if it was necessary to go to the hospital, and I told her that the doctor speak English. She answered yes, please. I tell her that it costs $100 for the visit plus the medicine. I asked her if she agrees, and she answered yes as soon as possible. I tell her that I will make the call to request a service, to which she answered yes, please. Around 2 p.m. on October the 29th, I called Dr. Such and Such, who is our contact for medical assistant attention of our guests, whose phone number is, and then he puts the phone number in there. In which about 4 minutes, Miss Jackson texted me asking me what I had been told, and I answered her that a doctor is going to contact her to check her friend. And she replied, okay.
I wonder why, I mean, I personally wonder why, if the maid found her at 12 o'clock, why did it take them till 2 o'clock to even ask for a doctor? If the maid found her on the floor, unresponsive, at 12 o'clock, why didn't you immediately contact the concierge and ask for a doctor? Why did you wait till 2 o'clock?
Right.
I mean, that's just, I question that. Why they waited.
And then at 4:25, somebody texted me, the doctor texted me and told me that the girl has to be hospitalized because after being evaluated, she has to be hospitalized, and that her friends were finding out if they had insurance, to which I asked if she is in serious condition, and the doctor said no. The doctor said no. But that she does need an IV, that she is practically unconscious, and that is why she had to be hospitalized. Later, the administrator with the phone number called me to ask me if I requested an ambulance for the villa. I told him no. He tells me that security of Puerto Rico is asking him about the request and access of an ambulance. So they called me to tell me that the guest had died and asked me to go there as soon as possible.
So how do you go from not being serious to dying? Makes me question the doctor.
I don't know. Somebody's asking, who's the person writing this? Who is the narrative here? This is the official document that was sent to the president of the United States. President Biden, to investigate this girl's death. It's not a book I was reading. I was reading an attorney's official paperwork of what happened at the villa, and they sent it to President. This is Benjamin Crump send this paperwork to President Biden to have them check it out.
Yeah, those were the only two points that I just wanted to bring up as key.
I'll get off the phone so in case someone else wants to call.
No, we're this. I don't know why this is not working today, and it's probably best it's not. But it's just I was just sharing with everybody's understanding and finding. I hope that I presented it right.
No, yeah, he definitely presented it correctly.
Okay. Okay.
He definitely presented it correctly. But I won't get off the phone in case anybody else wants to call. It did kind of mix me up when her father said he didn't know where she was buried at.
That's what he said.
But maybe he wasn't at the interment.
Well, you know what?
They didn't think he was there, so maybe he wasn't.
I won't let no one call in. I will find it real quick and play it so everybody can hear what the father said. But I'm just warning everybody that, yes, this is a part of grieving. And we do, I mean, it's just natural that we start blaming each other. You know, we do. We be like, it's your fault, you know, and it feels like he's angry with the mama right now. And I understand that. He's angry with her. But still, yet, you know, the girl is 25. We don't go around checking our friends' fathers and mamas to see if they okay to go somewhere. I mean, I don't know. 25, that's a little bit too old to be sitting there talking about, well, go get your mama. So,
you know, anger is a part of the grief process.
But that's what he said he was going to do. If he would have known, he said if he would have known his daughter was going to Mexico, he would have wanted to meet her friends and their family. Their family. I was like, okay, well, okay.
You know, I think that's probably just his grief talking in hindsight. Because I don't think your daughter probably checked in with you like that.
No.
At 25.
If she would have checked in, he would have known she was going to Mexico.
Right.
But he's saying that he was deprived because he didn't even know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just think right now everybody's hurting. It's a shock.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm definitely praying for them because I know that grief is a horrible thing.
It is.
Losing your child is a horrible thing.
It is.
I can't even imagine what they're going through.
Right.
So, yeah, I think a lot of this might be hurt. But if they need to, just for them to get clarification to exhume her body, then they should do that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
If it's going to give them some peace.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get off here, get back in the chat, and let you play the video. Thank you very much for allowing me to come up on the platform.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, you guys, I got it right here. Let me play it for you.
Y'all know that, you know, her mark is down now, you know. I can come, me and my mother, my family. I can come up here and talk to her. I know where she is.
Hold on. I'll start all over, you guys. I hope you guys can hear it. It's as loud as I can get it, okay? Please don't ask me to get it louder. I cannot get it no louder. Hold on. Can you hear it? Put a 1 in the chat.
So I brought you all out here today to let y'all know that, you know, her mark is down now, you know. I can come, me and my mother, my family. I can come up here and talk to her. I know where she is. Because at first, I didn't know where, I didn't even know she was over here. I talked to her that Wednesday.
Did you just hear him say, I didn't even know she was over here? You guys heard what I heard.
station over in Mexico. Then I get a phone call. The only thing I know, she talked to Khalil Cook, supposed to be her best friend, 2 times on the phone. I ain't know nothing about that. I just felt as a father that the way I love her, the way I raised her, that I should have had an opportunity to give her that father advice or my opinion about going over there, in which I didn't. And I know for a fact, from the bottom of my heart, we all might not even be standing out here if I had that opportunity to speak to her, even though she's 25 years old. She's grown, but still at the same time, I'm her protector until she get a husband. When she get a husband, then he become her protector. But as this father standing right here, I feel like I should have been her protector, and I was denied that. I would have asked her who she going with. How well do you know these folks? Then I would have came back and said, well, who their parents are. Well, before you go, let me meet these parents. Let me meet these folks. I always been like that ever since she started beginning having a lot of friends. As a father, not trying to be in her business. It's just the point of making sure she okay and the folks that are around her, who she keeping company with. Because everybody can say you your friend, but they're really not. It all depends on what you got and how you carry yourself. She carried herself very well, because that's how I taught her. The respect, morals. No, I never met her. Didn't know nothing about her. Only thing I know, her mother said they went to school with her, and she's gonna told me, well, you don't know them. So I said, do you know? She said, I know of them, but I'm seeing in the interview, you told your lawyer, Sue Robinson, that you just know one of them. That was Khalil Cook. So that tells me right there, we both was in the blind as a mother and a father. We both in the blind. We both didn't even know these folks. So. Can we start last week, about more than a week ago? I'm sure you heard the information, got the information that there will be no prosecution by the United States Attorney's Office. Well, yeah, but the case is still open though. So God is still moving. My faith is so strong in the mustard seed that
He said the case is still open.
He's patient, like I always been. Just like y'all standing out, y'all were patient while y'all set up and everything. I always been patient. What does that look like as far as you said you're still hoping for what? Justice will be served. Justice will be served. It's gonna be served. It's gonna be served. So when does that justice look like? It's just gonna look like they're gonna get what they deserve to get to them. You just don't take a life. They brutally beat her. She didn't agree to fight whatsoever. She did not agree. That's not her. She did not agree to fight. She was going over there, enjoy somebody's birthday, one of the she graduated with. That's what she thought she was going to do, and then enjoy, take photos, put them on her phone, come back and enjoy, and talk about it to her other friends. Then the main thing, she got the little kids, the little girls and boys that she plait hair, braid their hair. Now they wonder where Shanquella is, because Shanquella didn't got adapted to her customers, her clients, the mothers, the fathers, how well she doing their daughters and sons braiding their hair, and they proud of Shanquella doing their hair, and how they, she got them looking, stealing something in them that they can become this, they can become that. One of the little girls might want to follow her footsteps. But right now, that crushed from them 6. And then the mother and the parents, the mother and the father's old parents are those 6 individuals have no decency to call interview one of you all on the news and say, Mr. Robinson, the Robinson family, we sorry about the loss of your daughter. Whatsoever. Their life is still moving around, walking around here like they enjoy life. But this father right here struggling each and every day. I cry. Every day. It's a struggle for me. Struggle. Have you had any contact with the six? No, not whatsoever. Now, I don't need me reaching out. I'll let God do what He got to do. But I tell you this, they're not going to get away. They're not going to get away. What is your message to them? My message to them, why can't y'all just go ahead and tell the truth? Why y'all up and left her like that? Because if you would have stayed, this father right here would have made sure y'all got back to the United States whatsoever. Her friends that she grew up with, they would tell you that her dad took care of them when they was with Shanquella just like they was mine from day one. And I'm still the same father that she was, that I raised her, that I am is today, and she gone. Mr. Robinson, there is a discrepancy, I guess discrepancy is the best word, between Mexican authorities saying, we have, this was what they call femicide, and they have a warrant for one of the people that was on that trip with Shanquella. However, the United States attorney is disputing the autopsy that they did on Shanquella. Does that concern you? I'm frustrated about it. To the utmost, I'm frustrated.
This is where he's saying
I understand why, the autopsy that I got back saying that her neck and spinal cord was broke, because when I talked to the young lady, Miss Elizabeth over there, I asked her before she even sent her body back to me. I asked her, I said, Miss Elizabeth, how my daughter died? She said, Mr. Robinson, your daughter's neck and spinal cord was broke. I said, you kidding? I just started crying. Because they're saying that the Mecklenburg County Executive Medical Center is saying that they didn't even make visual confirmation.
they didn't even make visual.
I don't know who the medical examiner
Hold on. He just said they didn't even make visual contact of her spinal cord or her neck to even say anything of that nature. That's what he just said. He said an examiner over here says, how could they say her neck and back was broke when they didn't even make visual contact to see that?
Who did an autopsy on her body, but I would like to know how many years experience that he have in doing an autopsy on a body, or
So this is where he's saying that he wants to see the people that the FBI made that went and got the autopsy done from. He wants to know how much schooling they have, how many degrees they have. He wants to go by what the Mexican authorities, autopsy people say. I'm gonna say something, because this is why sometimes it's hard to help people, because they'll see, you want to know the truth, then maybe they just told you the truth, but you don't want the truth. You rather hear something that makes you sad, thinking somebody killed your child. I'm not saying what they didn't contribute to her death, but if it was caused, that's different. But the story that they told, only they can tell it. Maybe one day one of them will tell it.
Where did he get his degree from? Because obviously it's frustrating. Yeah, it's very frustrating. Very frustrating. Because this lady Elizabeth, that's what she do. When people die over in Mexico, she get the body, do the paperwork and everything. When's the last time you had communication like that? How often is the communication with the authorities down in Mexico? Not so often. She'll send me a text message, how I'm doing and everything, but the case, everybody still is pulling for Shanquella justice down there in Mexico Colony. I mean, you know, the Concierge is saying that Shanquella didn't fit well in. My main objective is this: if nothing didn't happen, why they just up and left? You came that Friday. You're supposed to stay about a couple of days, but you're gonna just up and leave that next day and get back on the plane and come back over here like it wasn't nothing. You're gonna just leave over there? That don't even sound right. Friends just don't do that. Friends don't do that. Is the plan still Raleigh and DC? What I'm hearing from the information that I get from the news and people text me. So they keep me out of it. You know, they don't tell me, you know, can I get you to talk? You mentioned.
He just said they keep him out of it. They don't tell him nothing.
Yes.
It sounded like you don't really have. You said you don't want to be involved in the GoFundMe.
I never did want to be involved in GoFundMe from day one because there wasn't nobody arrested. I just want justice. Now the GoFundMe page is, you know, it's sitting there. I mean, I guess they use it for the best ability of my daughter's case, but still at the same time, this father right here, I'm gonna let God do the work because it's gonna get done. God said you trust in Him, He ain't gonna fail you, He ain't gonna forsake you. So that's how I'm gonna stand, y'all. I'm gonna continue to stand. I'm gonna continue to stand on my faith. I'm gonna continue to stand on my faith from day one since she left me.
Man, makes you want to cry. It makes you want to cry. This man is in so much pain. I mean, I do feel for the mother too, because I don't know what to think. Some people think that this was just fake news, and the family, the mama and the sister was out to get money, GoFundMe. How much money can they rake in? I don't know. I don't know. No, I mean, hey, you know, I don't believe that at all. Why she fought Shanquella, I don't know. I want to believe that they was fighting over the master bedroom, but that's just my opinion. That ain't no fact. Nobody got to believe it. You can believe they was fighting over a man. They was fighting over drugs. But I mean, I look at her nickname was the boss lady. I look at her car was $40,000 car. I don't know. Plaiting hair can get you a $40,000 car with that nice yellow canary paint job. I mean, that is a very beautiful car. That's a whole bunch of braiding hair, probably like sleep braiding hair. You can't take off. You got to keep braiding hair because you got car payment and you got insurance. And then the boyfriend ended up with the car. Mama didn't end up with it. Sister didn't end up with it. Nobody ended up. So, name like the boss lady and that kind of money. And then they said they had $100,000 in PP loans. She did. So they said that she was doing PP loans for everybody. So, sometimes people be like, well, justice going to be served. Justice. I don't know. I'm just telling you what all was being said out there. I got no dog in the fight. If they do a third autopsy and they do find that her neck and back is broke, then I would have some questions for the government, FBI, and why you guys, like, what's really going on? That would be very disturbing. But I believe if she did a third autopsy, which I wouldn't tell her or advise her to do a third autopsy. Leave it alone. Like, let your child rest. I believe she's resting regardless of what you do. You can dig it up or everything because, the spirit is already gone to one place or the other. But, sometimes to heal, you got to let go. And we wasn't there. And sooner or later, somebody going to tell the truth. I do believe somebody's going to tell the truth. And that's what they need. They need one of those people. It's hard to keep a good secret like that. a lifetime. You're part of a murder. Because even though that they have no indication of what she died from, you know, I'm just going to say this and we're out of here, you guys. The beatdown did contribute to her death. That's all I got to say. You guys be good, be great, be nice to each other. Bye. Okay. It's not even playing our video. It just won't.